Chad, Adler Farms. How do I look? Woo. So it is crazy windy this morning. It's a little bit late, but the wind was even busier this morning, earlier. It's like 10 a.m. I've actually been on the phone with ArrowQuip. You know, they're a sponsor of the farm. They sent us a bale feeder last year, and we're working out something else with them right now. So it took me a little bit, plus I had to go get feed. But yeah, let's call some cows and see if we can get everybody down here. I'll tell you about these glasses in a minute and why I got them. Y'all said your favorite thing was watching the chickens run. Woo! Someone's already been swimming. Hey, where's Franklin? Patrick? Where's your brother? There he is. He was snoozing somewhere. We can take these off now. Woo. Hey, I'll link these down below. I've got a couple pair. They're from Carhartt, which I wear a lot of Carhartt. I'm a big fan. But I literally just typed in polarized safety glasses with foam around the lenses, and these popped up and only like 20 bucks. So I wish I'd gotten them tinted, so I'm probably gonna order another pair. I'm not exactly the biggest safety Sally, you guys know that. But having this 20 acres now and doing the things I'm doing, like brush hogging and cutting trees and all that stuff, there's been a couple times where I've even noticed in my videos, like towards the end of the video, my eyes are like bloodshot from dust and debris and all the stuff walking around all day and working and things like that. So, you know, the last thing I want to do is have something happen to hinder my vision, especially. So anyway, I'll link them down below. Take them or leave them. They fit my big old head. Cabela! What do you think, lady? What you think? Franklin, what's up, buddy? What's up? Man, look how big he's getting. It's big and a big. Chickens. Ginger. Are you gonna make Bruce a daddy again? Huh? Boy, look at that. I believe that's a fresh crawdad hole. You gonna be a daddy again? You gonna be a daddy again? Come here, what you doing? Such a stinker. Ah! What is your problem, man? You're such a stinker. Ooh, you smell. Woo! This guy. Oh. He's got a whiff. Oh, there, yeah, that's what it, it's him. Woo! Need some Lysol. Pretty nice, huh? Man, with all this rain, we've been getting plenty of water, plenty of green pasture. That little pond is staying full, holding water. The only reason it's not holding water is it's not deep enough for the sun to not cause it to evaporate, but it is holding water. I need to show you, I did order something for the pond. I think they're actually calling me right now, so I'll have to call them back. We ordered, well, I'll tell you in a minute, but anyway, yeah. Check it out, it's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna continue to take my box blade and cut this side down more, and it'll be every bit of probably 30 by 40. Case and I actually measured it the other day, which, by the way, Case's video, it's either happened right before this one or right after, but I'll link it down below. Pretty slick. But yeah, back to ArrowQuip. If you guys didn't know, you've all seen our bale feeder. Big fancy setup, it's got chains in it, and when you put the bale in there, it actually suspends the bale up off the ground, which of course keeps the bottom of it from rotting because it's not touching the ground. You know, I would say definitely it absolutely, you know, last year I was using an old traditional bale feeder. Then they hooked me up with this one. And uh-oh, the neighbor's cows are here. I'm not your farmer. Y'all gonna have to wait. I heard the horn honking this morning though. I know you already ate. Now this is relative to how many cows you got eating out of it. For us though, I guarantee I probably got almost 30 or 40% more usage. 30 or 40% more usage out of the hay. And you know what? I bet you, because I know they told me, this is probably the reason that we're getting to work with ArrowQuip again, because of how funny he was with that bale feeder, getting up there inside of it. Yeah, boy, doggone it, quit getting downwind. Oreo, I can't believe that makes you happy. Man, she's looking thick. So's he though. I don't think Ginger, I don't know. She's not looking very pregnant, if you ask me. So super exciting. ArrowQuip is sending us some of their heavy panels, like a containment system. There's a couple of bow gates. There's a couple traditional gates. And what they have is, it's actually kind of cool. They've got something called I said traditional, but it's called a no bow gate. So last year I had some panels, different manufacturer, great stuff, no complaints, but they were, there was no gates, you know, all I had was panels. So if I wanted to pin the animals up and load them into a trailer, I had to pin them up, and then I had to back the trailer up. Then I had to back the trailer up, open up a panel, risk animals getting in or getting out that I didn't want in or out. Well, now with these gates, I think I'm getting 4 of them and some panels, I can actually cut certain animals off, almost like a cut gate, if you will. Super excited about it. Make it a lot safer. Shout out to ArrowQuip. Tell them thanks in the comments down below. I don't know, next week or two we'll be getting those things, so pretty cool. It's so funny how quiet they get when they're eating, except for that one. Yeah, Sonny, I don't think I'd pick on Frank. Man, look at that Angus haunches. Man, you just gonna be like tiger striped, or what's going on here? Is this coming out? Is it coming out? Not really. Not really. Look at you, man. Look at you. Super cool. All right. Let's go take a look at some work we did on the pond, and we'll talk. Hey, stay out of there. You don't need in there. Woo. It's warm today. It's supposed to be like 100 something. But there's a breeze, kinda. Even with all this green grass we've had though. And I legit just bought these off Amazon for this purpose. But even with all this green grass, we've got so much dust blowing around the farm, even out front in the driveway. And it's just pretty brutal on the eyeballs. Still haven't fixed the loafing shed. And by fixed, I mean put a support in there yet. Just not sure what I'm gonna do. But the good news is this stuff dried out. Now it reeks to high heaven, but it did dry out. So I found one of my mineral dewormer blocker thingies. Roll this in there. Hang on. It's easy to do with one hand. So traditionally you put this down and it keeps them from moving the block out, but they've already licked it. Water's been under it, all that good stuff, so it's all good. We'll just leave it as is for now. They've really trampled this down, I can tell. But we got another one for this one up top somewhere. Just gotta find it. Ray and I, we've been doing a ton of work around the property. Like I mentioned well, I won't move yet. Like I mentioned before, when we didn't live out here, it was really hard to like clean and take care of some stuff, because about the time you'd start a project, you had to go pick up a boy from school or something like that. Even burning, you know, we had a lot of timber down, and we still do. We have 2 dozer piles from when we had it dozed. And even just trying to burn something, we couldn't, because about the time it got ripping and roaring and was a good fire and under control even and what you want, you had to leave. You had time to go home or something like that. So now that we're living out here, we've been cleaning up a lot. Been finding some of our tubs that animals knocked around or hid or whatever. Just able to take care of some stuff. It's been awesome. Here on the land since the end of May. I had to take a phone call, Cabela. I'm sorry. I had to take a phone call. Thanks for waiting on me. Okay. Literally just got off the phone with Joseph, Janelle at ArrowQuip. We're talking with our local dealer who you guys have met. Actually, remember Tim, the guy that moved our RV for us? He's tied to our local ArrowQuip dealer. And we borrowed a tool from the guy that owns, like, when I say borrowed a tool, we borrowed like $1,000 setup for a gooseneck from Mr. Eubanks. Eubanks Equipment right down the road. A bunch of people coming together that didn't know the other person knew the other person, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get some gates out here and maybe something else super cool. Stay tuned. ArrowQuip is hooking me up because of you guys, so stay tuned. But yep, I dug a trench. I'm officially ready to jinx myself, and tomorrow would work better. Perfect. Okay, I got more big news. Big things happening, okay? Just got a text message, that's why I did this. Y'all didn't think something was wrong with me, like I got a tick or something. This is deeper than it looks. I'm actually, that's probably about 5 feet. And I think I'm gonna run it. I think I'm gonna pull that forward a little bit. I did this all with my box blade, and I tell you what, man, that little coyote, and I'm not saying anything bad about the box blade I have. That was a sponsored deal from Titan, but it's not the beefiest of box blades. It's not made for huge rocks and stuff, but it is made for this red clay. It did amazing. This is all clay. I know it looks a little damp, but it might be dirt and clay mixed, but it's redder than it looks. But we got all this scraped out, and the person that just texted me, we got 2 culverts coming, 18 inches around, outside diameter, double wall. We're gonna lay them right here and get our overflow going. So what I mean by I'm gonna jinx myself is, I said I wasn't gonna do this because I bet if I build this and finish this pond, it quits raining. And I don't really want it to quit raining. I'm kind of enjoying the little thunder showers every other day or so. We sit out here every single night at that picnic table. We sit out here on the deck, we grill, and I'm just ready to look at a nice, big, pretty, full pond. I'm also ready to eat some catfish. I know it's gonna be a while. You don't just drop lunkers in your stock pond and pull them out and eat them. Might as well just eat them. Don't even drop them in there. This is bigger than it looks. It's 25 feet from where that thing sits. It's 25 feet to right here. Okay. I measure with a tape measure, not just my boots. I'm getting to it. Hang on a minute. So it's 25 feet to right here. We got 40 feet coming tomorrow. So we'll be able to really bury this and really make sure that it doesn't leak. I mean, that's a huge amount of dirt. Think about it, that's 25 feet right there. We're gonna go 40 feet. We'll bring in some of this, which is what it was meant for. We'll shove it on top of this. We'll drive over it and over it and over it. Give it a little bit. Remember, we're not in a rush because as soon as I put a foot of dirt right there, the water level can start to rise. We can pack it down, let it get rained on. Then we can put more on it. More on, I said it. We can put more on it, drive over it, pack it down, put more on it, drive over it, pack it down. And where it comes out, where it drains, you guys can see I did dig. Let's walk down there. Let's just risk the snaky snakes. The other day, this was full of water. Saturday's video, you guys, I believe you saw it, but then you didn't see me fix it. But this is all graded, okay? Here comes Cabela. Poor Cabela. Hang on, I'm coming back. This is all graded to where it just keeps flowing. The only place I may need to continue working, but it's got to be drier, is right here, and keep that water moving. We don't want this stagnant. It gets nasty. It breeds mosquitoes, snakes, all kinds of stuff. We just don't want that down here. I want to be able to mow this, as one of you guys said. And what I'm thinking, Cabela, with all the rocks we got around the property, we're going to put them down here. So where that culvert comes out, and I know the can is the concrete can, it's tipped or it's leaning a little bit, we will square it up. We'll make sure it's level. We'll actually make sure it's level and leaning out of the pond towards the dam. But yeah, if it comes out right here, we're going to take some of those massive rocks you guys see around the property, and the water will actually drain out onto those. So that way it hits the rocks and doesn't, like, you know, wash away our dam. So super cool, super exciting stuff happening. I am so stinking excited, man. I love being out here and being able to work on stuff and not having to stop. Y'all keep saying Cabela's getting thinner. Come on, lady. By the way, she loathes car rides. She doesn't hate them. I should say, so you guys feel better, she's scared of the truck. She's scared of vehicles and being in them. So that's why she walks everywhere. She will not get in the side by side. If I made her, she would try and get in my lap the entire time we were riding around. Just makes her crazy anxious. So she just follows us around, and when we get to the top, we make sure she's got plenty of water. I've tried. She'll head back up here and we'll get us some fresh water. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. I love being out here and being able to take care of stuff and not having to stop because we've got to be somewhere, or we don't live here, or the project needs our attention longer than 2 hours, so there's no point in starting. I just love it. I love it. You guys stay tuned. Lots happening. We're gonna go run some errands and check back with you guys here in a little bit. Woo! Well, this isn't intimidating at all. This is it. This is referred to as the 87 series. Mr. Abbott. I can call you Brian, I know, but yep. Mr. Abbott. And we've met. We hung out. So our mineral feeder, I was convinced I needed one of those orange ones because everybody said they were the best, and you were like, it's literally just a dish, man, with minerals.
It just holds the mineral.
I'll show you guys. But anyway, our blue mineral feeder that we have at the back of the farm, which has worked great. They love it. Now, they never did learn the flap. They hate it. I don't know what I did. I spoiled cows, I think's the problem. Spoiled cattle. But I got my mineral feeder here. I've been down here a few times. And when ArrowQuip, when we were talking, I was like, hey, can I go work with those guys at Eubanks Equipment? Because they're right down the road. I can ask them the silly rookie questions. Even though he's going to show me a few things, he actually just gave me like a 30-minute crash course. Tim also works here, the guy that moved our RV for us a couple times. You guys know him. I was talking to ArrowQuip. This is what they like. I was like, man, are you guys sure? I mean, I'll be honest, okay? This is a real video here. I was like, are you guys sure this is what you all want me to have on our farm? They're like, this is what we want you to have. And I was like, I only have 8 cows and 2 of them are tiny. And they were like, no, this is what you need. And I think it's because, like we were talking about, this is so user-friendly. That's what they're after. It's not complicated. Everything you need that you can move is yellow. You know, you got your, what'd you call the bar where they can't back out on you?
The walking stick.
The walking stick. So like when they go in, if you're going to castrate one or preg check,
yep.
Okay, they've got the walking stick where you put your stick in here and it only goes forward. It doesn't go backward. You guys are going to learn with me. That's why we're showing this.
You can walk the cow up behind it, keep them pressed up to the front of the chute, and it also helps keep the cow from being able to kick if you're in behind her doing something back there.
Because everybody watching knows we've got Tipsy. Now Tipsy came from a farm where she's been worked, she's been handled, but Tipsy is a cow finally. I mean, she's going to be 7 years old. She's way more experienced than me. Let's put it that way. And you've got longhorns.
We got some longhorns.
So you know as well as I do, fencing is just an option.
Yes.
If they don't like it, they'll go through it.
They'll move it.
And they're stinking athletic, man. I mean, I've kind of got this thing now where I call them and I get them to run down the pasture at me. Now we're only talking 10 acres or something, but she can cover some ground, man. They are fast. They've reached a point where I need something that'll keep them and us safe. And this is like, my wife can work this, our boys, everything's user friendly. This squeezes from both sides.
Correct, parallel squeeze.
Parallel squeeze. And you were explaining it to me, and I get it because I've done it, but it's like an old pipe clamp or pipe wrench.
Correct, like a pipe clamp. So it latches at the top, will not let it extend back out until pressure is applied here to release the latch up on top.
Got it. So until you assist them with moving, they can't. And the doors, these can be flipped around for any kind of shots, anything you need to work them if you're checking something. I got one of them, I think he's got a huge dog tick on him. And he's a steer, he's gonna go to freezer camp. So, but I'd like to help him get that tick off. But sure. This allows me to reach in and be safe and take care of him. And ours actually, let's walk down here. This is an 87. We stood here because it's in the shade, but we're getting a, what is this called specifically? Like if they want one.
This is the Q catch.
The Q catch, the head gate.
The head catch, yes.
Head catch, excuse me. So we're not gonna have to be as on it with our grabbing them and slowing them down. And thankfully, because they are docile, more gentle, we're not super worried about it. We're not like into hydraulics or anything like that yet. And then we called this, now is this an ArrowQuip term or is this a cowboy term? Because I'm wearing a cowboy hat, but I ain't no cowboy.
Kind of a chute term.
Chute term, a
yes.
Brisket bar?
A brisket bar or sternum bar.
Sternum bar, yes. Gotcha. So they walk in here, this keeps them from being able to lay down, which is interesting because I was telling Brian, June did that when we went and got her preg checked. She walked into the chute, and I don't believe she'd ever even been in one, but she walked in and laid down. And of course, you have to get her up, and the vet did it by cramming his fingers in her nostrils. And she didn't like that. Personally didn't like it either. That's my June bug, but we had to do what we had to do. It's to keep them safe. It's to take care of them and make sure they're okay. So I'm super excited, but man, you guys, you know, I don't work with a whole lot of sponsors. I don't show you guys stuff unless we've used it. So I kind of got a crash course off camera. Here's what to do. Here's what not to do. I can call Brian anytime. I can call Craig too, for that matter. Or I can just make Tim come do it.
That's right.
So Tim doesn't do anything else.
And he does not.
He was at lunch when I got here.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Huge shout out to Eubanks Equipment. They literally made this happen along with Joseph over at ArrowQuip and Janelle. They made this happen the day you guys are seeing this. Super cool, man. I just got a text this morning and they were like, hey, let's work something out. And then you and I were on a conference call and here we are. So anyway, and I think you have something else for us too.
We do. We have some panels and some gates to make a whole working corral with.
Perfect. We can even, And I think Joseph actually set me like a schematic, like a plan. We can put some gates out here, panels.
Right.
So if one were to get through too quick, because I'm a rookie, we can catch them and run them back through, or maybe we don't take care of something, we can slow their roll a little bit so they're not just, you know, flying out of there. Because it, I mean, I don't know if I told you, but like I had an alpaca run me over and I tore my bicep and I had to have surgery and was out 120 days. All the animals on my farm, because you've seen, I've told you.
Yes.
And I had a 120-pound alpaca lay me out. So I tell everybody it was a 2,000-pound bull, but it was not. We're gonna get some gates. We're gonna get this stuff loaded up, and yeah, I'm excited, man. This is awesome. I appreciate your time. He's gonna be on camera a little bit more, but we're gonna load some stuff up, and then we'll see you guys back here at the farm in a minute. So can't thank you enough, man. So we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
That's right. All in the name of fly spray, Tipsy. You see the lengths we had to go to for fly spray? Oh, it's gonna happen. It's happening. You're first. We get you a new tag. It's gonna have a number 1 on it. Well, Ray went to the nail salon and I went to Eubanks Equipment and got hooked up with Mr. Abbott, who you guys saw in a video. And did you meet Craig? No, you haven't met Craig, but I've met Craig, Mr. Eubanks. Family-run equipment store in Welch, Oklahoma. I'm gonna link ArrowQuip and Eubanks Equipment in the description, and we want you to go tell them thank you. Thank you.
Big thank you.
Big thank you.
Huge.
Let me set it up and show you guys how it works first. That's gonna be in a later video. We're kind of winding down. It's 5 p.m. and
it's still 105 outside.
It is. It's 100 degrees in the truck, which tells me, I don't know why my window's still down.
I feel like it's 110.
But we are going to park this in the shade. I'm also going to mow. I'm going to mow like, I want the grass like an inch tall and get a good place to set this up. Plus, well, let me show you. Hang on. Let me go show the people and then I'll come back. You can sit in the air conditioning.
Deal.
So ArrowQuip and Eubanks Equipment hooked us up. Hey, you know what? You'll fit in here. I asked them. I did. I asked them. Brucifer. I asked them. They said you'll fit right in there. Look, see? If Frank can fit, you'll fit because you're bigger than Frank. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's he doing? What's he doing? You want to be first? Patrick? I've got my bands warmed up. This is the Q-Catch 87 series, 8700, if you're looking in the forums on the interweb. Dottie, snap. Man, this thing is a beast. Oh my goodness. Yeah, tell him, Franklin. Yeah, get a good look from out here. Get a good look, Tipsy. Oh man, this thing is so cool. What a blessing. So they hooked us up with this. This is the Q-Catch 87 series, and then they also got us, all of these are these all 10 footers? I think these are all 10 footers. And then tomorrow I'm going back for 3 gates, a rolling gate, like 3 swing gates, a rolling gate, and I believe 8 more 8 footers. Listen, you're the only one I like anymore. You know that? You're the only one I like. Yeah, just you. CJ, you're second, number 2. You know why? Whoops, sorry, buddy. You know why you're number 2? I appreciate you being our resident fence tester, but because you're a fence tester, you're number 2. Don't go too far. I'm gonna go get the tractor. You're first. Numero uno. I don't think that came off my tractor. Woo! So literally, all this went down in the middle of the day. Like I was just out here filming and they started calling and they were like, hey, do you want to try one of these? And I was like, Yes, I do. Yes, I do a lot. And we couldn't be more grateful. Please go tell Eubanks Equipment and ArrowQuip, huge thanks and howdy. This is awesome, man. I mean, I couldn't be more grateful.
And Craig and Bob are amazing people.
They are. This is a family-run organization. Just like, I don't want to get into it, but we might be meeting somebody from ArrowQuip soon. Like somebody, like somebody. Might be meeting them one of these days.
In the fall, hopefully.
In the fall, yep. So, it's all family-run stuff. What I like is, and I mean this, there was another company I worked for before you and I met. Worked with, I should say. And it was very, is transactional the right word? It was very transactional. This is Chad and Ray. We've been watching. We think this would really benefit you and your animals and keep everybody safe. Actually, they're liking all our posts. You see that pop up?
No.
Eubanks is following us on Instagram, so they went and looked it all up. So they've followed us for a while, but you know, they did their homework. Like a couple of people we were talking to there knew the animals' names. Like, hey, this will be great for, and that'll be great for. They said I can run Bruce through the chute. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that whole Tipsy and Bruce?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll.
So it's. What I meant is like you can do big and small.
It'll do big and small. Yeah. Not at this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should put both of them in at the same time. You imagine Tipsy's head up the top of the gate and Bruce is down at the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Boo!
Yeah, he'd be freaking out.
So
You
anyway,
do that sound too well.
I do. Well, I come out here and I do it to him just to get him all fired up. That way he thinks there's another buck on the farm.
That sound grosses me.
He gets all mad. Oh, you should have been out here this morning. I
didn't.
pet him like I normally do.
No.
But because it was already humid, because I didn't feed till like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I had to go in and wash my hands like 3 times. It was disgusting. I pet him and my hand was yellow. So anyway.
I don't even what now. That's okay. My hair needs washed.
But anyway, yep, we're gonna get this thing set up. We got to go feed the boys. We basically made them sit in the house all day, and you know, with air conditioning and iPads, it's been a rough day. But
it's too hot for anybody to be out here right now.
it is. So, and you don't want to work the animals when it's this hot and this stressful. So we're going to save it for another day. Plus, they hooked us up with so much stuff I couldn't even fit it on my 16-foot car hauler. So we're going to have to go back, get some more stuff tomorrow from them, and we'll set it up. But stay tuned, man. I'm going to show you guys all of it. So, and our culverts are coming tomorrow.
So much.
Or if you watch Case's video, our Culvers is coming tomorrow. Some ice cream from Culver's. I said, no, Culvert. And he goes, Culvert? And I said, no, like Culver's ice cream. So in his video, he was like, hey, Dad's getting Culver's. So everybody thinks we're getting butter bun burgers. But with that said, we appreciate you guys very, very much. Again, I'm going to link them down below, whether you're seeing us on Facebook or YouTube. Go tell them all thanks very much. Tell Brian thanks, because Brian stood out there in the heat with us and showed me what to do. He gave me a rundown off camera, because I didn't want to film it. I wanted to listen and learn and pay attention. And then he gave me a real quick how-to for you guys. But then I will put it in my own words. And they said they'd design a system for us, like an alley and a chute and all that stuff, and show us. And I said, well, let me try it first. Because that's what ArrowQuip is about, is for the people that buy it, you don't have to be an expert. I'm your guy. I'll try, you know, measure once, cut twice. I'm your guy. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. And remember, this stuff is in large part due to you guys watching. We can't thank you enough. So, God bless. Deuces.